everyone, and welcome to my channel, A Magical Life with Ayla. I'm Ayla Hillel, and today we're going to talk about your commitment. So let's get started. So we talk about vibration and energy on this channel and how to raise your vibration and energy so that you can be powerful and create your own magical life. This is a very simple process, and at the same time, it's kind of tricky. It's kind of tricky because we don't just live on a mountain by ourselves. We live in society, we have family and friends, we go about our day in a social setting with other people. There's lots of things that can happen in the course of a three-dimensional reality that can bring your vibration down. So today I wanted to talk about making a commitment to your vibration, making a commitment to being in the place that is most powerful so that you can create your life. Now, it's like I said, it can be difficult. This starts to get difficult when you have people in your life that are always making you mad, when you have people in your life that are always irritating you or who are being contrary. This becomes difficult because you have to basically go against the grain. You have to ignore other people's behaviors and annoyances. Like, how do you do that? So the Abrahams, I'm a big fan of Abraham Hicks, and you can look them up on YouTube and listen to them. They're amazing. It's a fall down the rabbit hole moment when you start listening to Abraham Hicks, because they really talk about vibration. They really talk about preserving and protecting your energy and your joy and your happiness, because in those places is where your magic is at. And so it's kind of hard to, on one hand we say, okay, so I'm going to protect my vibration. I'm going to be happy no matter what. I'm going to be in my joy no matter what. That's what we call toxic positivity. Okay. What? Ayla, you just said. I know. So in the protection and the commitment to our energy, we have to come into a very real place. Now, some of you are suffering with mental illness, with anxiety and depression, and you probably listen to these videos and think, how do I do that? Well, very gently. My answer to this question is always very gently. And this is for everybody. This what I'm fixing to say is not just for people who struggle with anxiety and depression and who want to get out of that place and who want to evolve and become powerful and create their lives. I'm not just talking to the people who's struggling. I'm talking to everybody. You always want to go into the protection of your vibration very gently. And what I mean by that is we hear so much about, um, well, you have to be happy and you have to be in your joy and you have to be this and you have to. Well, you know what? Life doesn't always feel joyous, does it? And what do you do then? What do you do? I remember when I was mentally ill, and the thing that just drove me crazy, it drove me crazy and it made me very sad, was that my mental illness was marked by days of anxiety and debilitating depression. And then I'd have a day or two that were amazing, amazing days full of energy. All of that negativity and darkness was gone, and then I'd be flat on my back for a month. And it broke my heart because in those beautiful days, I would think, oh, I want to stay here forever. I want to be in this place. I have so much energy and I have so much joy, and I just want to be in this place forever. And then the next part would come, and I would only get one or two good days, and then it'd be a month of darkness for me. And I kept trying to reason with myself. I kept trying to think. I was in my mid 30s. I could look around at other women my age and I could tell that they had lots more energy than I did. They felt lots better than I did. Um, I could tell that what was happening to me was not normal. And I would try to reason with that. I would be like, you know, how is it that I'm like this when I don't want to be like this? How is it that this is how I feel when this is not how I want to feel? I don't want to feel like this. I want to feel good. I want to feel happy. I want to feel energetic. And the truth of the matter is I didn't. I got out of that place. I was able to get myself out of that place by a series of events I still can't actually explain. But what I remember was bringing myself into that place, that realization that I didn't want to be there, that I wanted to be happy. Now, one of the ways that we can do this, and you've heard me say this before, is gratitude. Just one gratitude a day, 2 gratitudes a day is enough to change our entire perspective for that day. Maybe a couple of days, who knows, you know? Gratitude is just, and I remember being in that place and thinking, what the heck is wrong with me? You know, it's like I have 2 teenage boys who are fine. They're good boys. They're healthy. They do teenage stuff. My marriage is good and strong and healthy. And I seem to be the only part of this equation that's not working. And I just had to sit with that. I had to sit with how I felt. I had to sit with the darkness sometimes. But then I would always come back to, this is good in my life, and I'm grateful for this, and I'm so glad this happened this way. And really work with what makes you happy, okay? What you are thankful for. Thankfulness is, um, thankfulness is, and gratitude are the ability to acknowledge something good in our lives. And this video is about making a commitment to your vibration. And that doesn't mean that you're going to go balls out. And from now on, I'm only going to be like this. You're not. You're not, because that's not how life works. And that's not how we work as God incarnates, as human beings. That's not how we work. We have to be a little bit more gentle with ourselves. And I think that gratitude is a great place to just, when you're in that place, it's okay to be in that place. That's the place that you're at. And you can sit in that place and you can think, well, this is going to happen today. I have an appointment for this thing to happen today, and I'm looking forward for it. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm grateful for it. Or, you know, like I said, my children were healthy. Think about your children. Are they healthy? Are they doing well in school? Um, are they nice people? Those are things to be grateful for. Maybe you have a very nice life partner. That is something to be grateful for. Um, Maybe you can't find anything like that. Maybe you can find that you have a comfy bed to sleep in. That is something to be grateful for. Any moment of appreciation will anchor us for a moment and give us a little spark of power. In this life, in this three-dimensional life that we are in, your pursuit of your personal power is priority. And the only way we can do that is if we move forward into protecting. Now you're, you know, the depression and the anxiety and other mental illnesses, you may be stuck with that. You may have to work your magic from that place. But lots of times there's external situations. Does your job cause you a lot of stress? It's like maybe you can make a commitment to your happiness, to your joy, to your high vibration by finding a different job. Do you have a friend that just irritates the crap out of you? And every time you spend time with that friend, you walk away feeling exhausted. They are taking your energy. That's what they're doing. We call them energy vampires. They're taking your energy. You may have to end that relationship. Okay. So, of the external things that can bring your vibration down, make a commitment to deal with those things so that you can have some peace. And out of that peace, your joy can arise and your vibration can be raised and you can get on with creating your magical life. The other stuff, the depression and the anxiety, I would say acknowledge that. Sit with it. It's okay not to be okay all the time. Because if you're trying to be okay all the time and you have some depression going on and you have some anxiety going on and you have this irritating family member or irritating friend that you just want to punch, but you're trying to be in your joy, you're trying to be high vibrational, that's toxic positivity. That's toxic spirituality. That's not acknowledging the truth of the three-dimensional reality that's going on around you. What I'm talking about is making your way very gently into a more positive, into a more high vibrational way of being. And sometimes this takes time. It's a commitment, and this is why we're talking about commitment today. So one of the things that helps me, and this might help you, is to write things down. So take a sheet of paper, fold it in half, draw a line down the fold. And on one side, you're going to write everything that you're grateful for. And don't be a negative Nelly and tell me you're not grateful for anything. That's not true. Think about it. You may have to think very deeply about this. Write everything that you are thankful for. On the other side of the sheet, write the things that you feel need to be adjusted in your life. Write the things that you feel might need to be eliminated. And when I mean eliminated, all I mean is you may have to let that thing go. And really, writing stuff down is very powerful because at that moment we can see it. we can actually see it. It's not just floating around in the nebulous of our minds. You can actually see it. And so writing it down is kind of like pinning it down. It's like, there it is in black and white. You can see what it is. And make a commitment to your vibration through your joy by working this process. Maybe one side is you do have the depression or the anxiety. And everything else in life is okay. You don't have annoying friends or annoying family members, but you're struggling. Okay. So in that struggle, I would say be present with that struggle. And then every day be present with that struggle, acknowledge it, because we want to acknowledge the realness that's happening to us. Mental illness is very real. Having money issues is very real. Having a family member that you just want to throttle is very real. These are real three-dimensional situations. We don't want to go into denial about this stuff. We don't want to be artificially happy and artificially joyous. That's not going to raise your vibration. The artificial stuff is not going to raise your vibration at all. So you may have to sit with this. You may have to meditate on it. You may have to come up with solutions for how to deal with these situations, and then start reaching for your gratitude. Start reaching for your joy. Try to stay in the darker places just a little while before you start counting your blessings, before you start thinking about what you are grateful for. I promise that a gratitude practice will shift your thought process and will help. It may not completely cure the situation, but it will help. And right now, in that place, you may just need to help yourself a little bit. Once you're solidly on that platform, you can reach for the next one. Go back and look at the guidance scale. This is what we want to do. We don't ever want to be in the place of contentment or complacency. Contentment is lukewarm. We want to very gently start reaching up. Okay? And this can be a daily practice. Meditation, sitting with whatever you're feeling, and then reaching up. Gratitude, and then reaching up, reaching for the next better emotion. Don't try to start here and go straight to the top. That's going to be very painful. Try to just reach for the next best emotion. Okay? And I hope this makes sense. I know what I'm trying to say, and I hope you can hear what it is that I'm trying to say. I think that lots of times we think about something. We think about something that is good for us, and we think, oh, I need to do that. I need to do that. And months and years go by, and we never do it, but we want to. So I think in part of making the commitment is just doing it. Make up your mind that you're going to do it. Make up your mind that you're going to make a commitment to your happiness, to your joy. And I never recommend, just going in with a bulldozer and plowing the place down. I talk a lot about the lighted vibration. On this channel, that's what we talk about. But not everything is always lighted. I recognize that. I recognize that sometimes we're just in a dark place, and we need to have a path out of that. And so try this. Try the writing, things that you feel bring your vibration down, things that you're grateful for. Meditate every day. And and I know I've had people say to me, I meditate and it doesn't feel like anything. Do it anyway. That's your place. That's the space between you and God. And if you don't know how to meditate, contact me at amagicallifewithayla@gmail.com, and I will send you an audio free of charge. I will send you an audio recording of, this sounds funny, it's a guided meditation of silence, if that makes any sense at all. Okay, it's a guided meditation of silence. So I'm going to walk you through in this video, or this audio recording. I'm going to guide you through the silence process. In that silence is where God is at. In that silence is where all of your precious desires are at. In that silence, everything exists right here, right now. Okay? So meditation has a healing power to it. Gratitude has a healing power to it. And these are tools that you can use. Writing stuff down has a power to it. Use these tools to help you make a commitment to raise your vibration. And that's all I really have to say about that. It's just like, choosing. Here recently, William and I have chosen to change our diet. We're both having little minor health issues, and that we know that a better diet would help us heal from. We've talked about this. We've talked about this for a couple of years now. And finally, I just reached a point where I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. I have to make a commitment. And when that time came, when that place of commitment came inside of me, boy, howdy, it was solid. It is a solid commitment. And I am now in a committed place. And I think sometimes making a commitment is, first of all, being ready for it. You have to, if there's a whole bunch of stuff going on in your life and you just can't make a commitment to some sort of change, then you can't at that moment. But sometimes I think making a commitment is a matter of saying, I have to do this. I have to change my diet. I have to help myself. And I think I finally got my head wrapped around that. It's like, I need to help myself. And the commitment that followed was very simple. So work on the commitment. Work on it every day. Do things. Write things down. Be grateful. Practice your meditation. And work on who you can let go, what situations you can let go in your life, so that you can continue to be committed to your vibration and to your energy and to your joy. And then the rest of the time, just cut yourself some slack, So it's really, this commitment thing is really going to be a balance. It's going to be something that that you work with every day. But the commitment is you work with it every day. That's the commitment. We start off sometimes doing something, and then a series of events will happen, and we forget about that thing we were working on. And then months later, sometimes, we're like, oh, that's right, I was doing thus and such, and we come back to it. And it feels very, I like to say it cooled off. It's cold now, it cooled off. Because we were hot for it. We were burning. We were in our passion. We were going to make this commitment. We were going to do it. And then a bunch of other stuff happened, and the whole thing cooled off. The whole project cooled off. So even when things are happening that require a lot of attention, take a couple minutes every day, look at your list, do a short little 15, 20 minutes. The Abrahams say 15, 20 minutes of meditation a day is plenty. I meditate an hour 4 times a week. That's enough for me. 15 minutes a day, 15 minutes 3 or 4 times a day, that's enough. You don't have to be in that space all the time, but it's a connection and it can help us. It helps us physically and it helps us spiritually. So I'll write some stuff in the comment in the description below, um, so that you can see what it is, see more clearly what it is that I'm talking about. And that's all I have to say today. I know this is a short video, yay! But I think that's enough. I think that that's enough on the commitment to your joy, to your vibration, to the evolution of your life and your spirit and the creation of your beautiful magical life. The website is amagicallifewithayla.com, and if you go on there, scroll down to the bottom and subscribe to my newsletter. I only write 1 to 2 times a month, and that is it. You're not going to get your email box blown up with stuff off of my email list. That just isn't going to happen. And that's it. So have a wonderful day. I love you, and I will see you next week.